I found out that you actually taste a metallic taste too.
Oh, when you have a stroke?
Yep.
Oh, good to know.
I learned that the other day.
It's good to have multiple things.
Checkpoints.
Yes.
What are they? Shiggity checkpoints.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Arch City Paranormal Podcast. I am Kyle, your tour guide through the weird. And finally, I am back with two of our favorite investigators and podcast hosts with us.
Oh, gee.
It is T and Allyson.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hi.
Hey everybody. So we're here today. We're gathered here today. Why do I sound far away?
Huh?
No. Maybe it's my headset. Maybe it's my headphones. You guys are loud enough in your ears?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay. Maybe
you just need to talk a little louder.
Maybe I need to talk a little louder.
You need to
I
project
turned it
your
up.
voice.
There we go. I turned it up some.
There you go.
Okay. So there we go. Okay. So yeah, Arch City Paranormal Podcast. Thank you for tuning in wherever you're finding us, whether it's iHeartRadio or Google Podcasts or iTunes or TuneIn. I found TuneIn's a new one. I guess it's a radio app.
Not heard of it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
I looked at the numbers or whatever the other day, and there was TuneIn on there. I'm like, what the fuck is TuneIn? So,
Welcome.
anyhow, welcome to you if you're listening to us through TuneIn. Subscribe to the show, and then, like I always say, I will creepily show up in your phone. Or you can stand in your house now, which I find even more creepy. You can stand in your house and yell at Alexa, play the Arch City Paranormal Podcast.
No shit.
Really?
And it'll play the newest episode. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going to try that when I get
That's
home.
fucking creeptastic is what that is.
Alexa!
It's out there.
You whore!
It's out there doing like random shit right now.
And so it begins.
It's a pretty good TikTok.
It's a TikTok channel.
T's gonna choke
T's
and
done.
die.
T's done.
It's over.
It's going to be worth about 10 downloads right there.
Oh God. We're not even 2 minutes 30 seconds in. We're not even 2 minutes 30 seconds into the podcast. Oh.
Can you laugh like that again?
I've obviously been.
He's like, you whore!
I've obviously been
I'm sorry.
by myself for entirely too long trying to do these. You can't post that on Instagram or anything because if you just look at the picture out of context, it looks like she's like crying, like her cat just died or something. Like, ugh.
Sorry. Struck me funny.
Did it now?
Yes.
I couldn't tell.
What was the first indication? So.
I'm sorry, I'm playing with new
it's already back on the
new accounts and things.
already back on the phone. So alrighty then.
Sorry.
So
Sorry, I'll turn it down.
so what we had we've done an investigation that we're going to talk about. I also want to talk about look at my fucking ums. That's what I hate about when I edit the podcast. Is all the fucking ums and let's see and so
yeah
and the I fucking hate, I aggravate myself listening to it. Like people tell me, oh you sound so good, you sound so smooth. Yeah, because I edit out like 2.5 hours of
So what you're saying is a future in radio you shall not have.
No,
live
not live.
radio.
Not
No.
not live for sure. So anyway, we have the Chillicothe investigation. Fucking ums. We have the Chillicothe investigation that we can talk about. We have what else? T has news stuff that we can talk about. Big long one for you. Dogmen. Mike sent me a really good video today. I'll put it in the comments on this podcast. If you look in the comment or the description section, I'll link it in there. It's really good.
We have where we're going next month.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have Prospect Place next month. Yeah,
Yep.
and then Bel Air House in November.
Yes.
Sweet. So yeah, so we can talk about those, and then I want to talk about reincarnation. The last podcast I talked about reincarnation, but per the huge, I got about 45 minutes into the podcast and still had not talked about it. So, and I don't want to keep anybody longer than an hour when I'm by myself, because I feel like it just gets
Too much.
It's just Kyle in your head the entire time, and it's just, I know people have to be annoyed. I appreciate them just sticking around. So maybe we talk a little bit about that, because I wanted to cover it some more. We don't have any emails because I literally just knocked out a podcast. What was that look?
Your hair.
I just got it. What about my hair?
You have a nice wave, a swoop.
It's humid outside. Leave me alone.
It is very humid.
And then podcast beers. Platform beer, New Cleveland. It's a Pilsner. It's sitting away here on the studio desk, sweating. So we need to crack those.
Let's do it now.
I want to do that now.
Thank you.
Why, thank you. Such a gentleman.
I try.
Where's the description? Don't they always have one? Like brewed in Cincinnati for your pleasure.
Ooh, crispy.
Does sound crispy.
All right. Here's to the first podcast beer in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mask up,
Clinky.
bitches.
Ooh.
Oh, that would work.
Oh, that'll drink.
Yeah.
That ain't bad at all.
So this is a crisp, easy, and refreshing platform beer. New Cleveland. It's a Pilsner. It is good.
I'm sure Miss Storts is a big fan of the
We'll have to-
colors.
The can is
I have
great.
to get a picture of that can.
Oh, got you.
I'll put that up on Insta when
Okie
the
dokie.
podcast comes out. So let's talk about first. Do you want to do your news stories first, or do you want to talk about
Reincarnation.
reincarnation or Chillicothe? I'm glad someone's thinking.
You're welcome.
It's more difficult to edit out my ums though when you guys are here, because somebody will start talking. I'm like,
Well, we could talk about Chillicothe. Do we want to?
with Kyle? Don't worry, it's just another stroke. Aneurysm.
Do we want to do any updates and then move into?
What are we updating?
I don't know.
You tell me.
Like we've talked about.
I know what I want to talk about. I got it.
I love on the fly. Go.
I know what I want to talk about. So, and we had talked a little bit about it before on the back porch, and I sort of left it alone.
Which we have to do that a lot.
Yeah. I know.
Yes,
I
because
had
we
to,
get
I
some
was
good stuff.
Yeah. So, fucking ums. The Facebook thing.
Facebook
I
thing.
touched on a little bit. You guys obviously haven't heard literally, I'm recording this the same day that I just posted number 26. So this is going to be number 27. So Allyson and T haven't heard, they don't have the benefit of our audience and have listened to number 26 yet. I touched on it for a second, sort of those ramblings that I do about Facebook, not so much Instagram. I feel like we get some traction out of Instagram, but mainly Facebook. It seems to me like on Facebook, we don't get the type of reaction that we used to.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we post something, and this isn't paranormal at all. It doesn't matter. So it almost seems like when we post something on Facebook, we don't even see like 10% of our followers even see it. Don't even have to react to
The
it.
one you posted yesterday had like 10 likes.
Yeah.
That was it.
And I don't understand. Like what's up with the
Their shitty algorithms?
yeah, like what the fuck is that? Like
I don't know. I don't know why they've changed it. Part of me wonders if they're doing it
to make you pay. I
to
feel
get
like
you to
it's,
pay
yeah.
to boost something.
I feel like it's to make you pay.
Yes.
Because the other post that Allyson posted and paid, how many? It's been shared 84 times.
Yeah, and has several thousand
Yeah.
views and
And that was a sponsored one.
with his air quotes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I.e., I put $10 behind it to get it out there more.
Right. So yeah, it's nothing that's gonna like break the bank, but you're still having to fucking pay when we've got 2,000 people supposedly our audience is supposed to be too, and I understand, and that's I touched on that too. Like, I get on Facebook, I stay on Facebook for basically Arch City. That's the only reason I even dick with Facebook anymore. I can't handle everybody's drunk uncle. I got one of my own. I don't need to hear. I can't stand it. So it's like I have to get away from it. And I've went to Instagram, and I do my thing on Instagram. I can still see all my friends' cute animals. I can see their kids. I can see what they're doing. I can post memes if I want to. So I've switched over that. So I get that not as many people deal with Facebook. Yeah, so I understand that, and I don't want to go away from it because I feel like there are people there that still interact with us, and we get. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck. What are we? Why? Like, I mean, because like even our live videos, like we used to do before. We used to do a live video, and there would be like hundreds of views before we even got home the next morning.
Yeah, and we'd have a lot more people tuning in live.
Yeah, the first time. Well, the first time would have been Prospect Place. Speaking of which, that video, I think even before we got home the next day, already had like 200 views, and we only at the time we may have only even had 150 followers. So I don't understand.
What's up, Facebook?
What's up?
Mark Zuckerberg.
That really grinds my gears.
You know what really grinds my gears? Dear Mark Zuckerberg, where do you get off? So anyway, just a thought.
I noticed like on Facebook, I see the captions not the captions, but the words first before the picture. Mm-hmm. Whereas Instagram, I feel like it's backwards. You see that picture first. If you don't want to read the caption, meh.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You get to see the cute dog and
you just go on.
And you're done.
So what are the stats for Instagram?
For us?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of analytics we can even see.
I don't think you can see that many.
From Instagram.
Let us look.
Let us take a gander.
But see, on Instagram, you can hashtag stuff.
Which helps.
Yes. And you can do it on Facebook too, but I don't know how much.
I don't know how good it works.
The hashtags play into people looking, because I don't search for hashtags.
But you can hashtag stuff, and you'll get an amount of reaction out of it, because there's not all the. They're the same company. I mean, I realize it's Zuckerberg owns fucking both of them, but at least on Instagram, it seems like you either like it or you don't. There's not a hug option. There's not your heart.
I mean, the care.
Or
I
care. That's what it's called.
Yes, I care.
The care. I care so much. Or what's the other one? Oh, the mean face.
Yeah, angry.
The angry face guy.
It's either you like it or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Insta.
And it just seems like, okay, it just seems so much easier to me.
Well, maybe we need to look into switching our post, or not our post, but our actual page on Facebook to a commercial one. I don't know what it's called.
I think our page on Facebook is commercial. I didn't list it as a nonprofit when I started it because I didn't know what the hell it was going to be.
Yeah.
And it's not listed like as a personal, like one of ours.
Mm-mm. No. Initially the idea, I just grabbed the name. So it was like 2016.
It just showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
September 19th.
It was like 2019.
16.
16 that I snagged it and I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to start a team. I just knew I knew I had that name because there was another name.
What?
Deep trivia. There was another name that I wanted that somebody else out there already had snagged.
No. Bastards. What was it?
Bastards, sons of bitches.
Yeah, I love that we don't know
I don't
because we're the ones that
I've never told anyone.
You're going to take it to your grave?
Probably because I don't want to give them any run. But they're not real active, so I just can't. I'm not going to say.
Who are you fooling? You're going to tell us on the back porch. You stupid.
I might tell you on the back porch, but not
on the back porch.
But not on the podcast.
Yes, okay. My curiosity is
so anyhow, social media. Maybe somebody can email us and give us that answer. Or hey, how about this? Message us on Facebook.
There you go.
And tell us what the fuck we need to do. Because I don't want to pay them. That's why I haven't.
Yeah, I don't mind a little bit here and there, but
I was so surprised when you did because I saw it and I was like, oh shit, Allyson like sponsored an ad, which is cool. Appreciate that.
Of course, it's a group effort.
But I don't want you buy me back cigarettes.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Fucking cheaper.
Kyle will enjoy it more. But so anyway. So yeah, somebody email us or tell us archcityparanormal@gmail.com or speaking, maybe somebody's messaging us right now.
That'd be
That's
amazing.
Rachel.
Talk about
Hi, Poodle.
She's on the ball. Our listeners, right there's the message letting us know.
Nobody's surprised that Poodle messaged at this moment.
archcityparanormal@gmail.com or you can head to archcityparanormal.com and all of the social media links are there. You can just pick one and
or our news.
Somebody will.
Or our new social media.
Oh yeah, there might be a TikTok coming.
It's already there. That's what I was doing.
Despite my protest.
And we already have our first video.
Oh no, you didn't. Shut up. No. Did you really put it on there?
Oh, that's fantastic.
No, I have I have control over it. So if you hate it, I can take it down.
It's not coming down.
It's only 15 seconds. It's very short. Because I haven't posted anything before, so I'm still learning how it works. I'm a voyeur. I watch.
It's short and tasteful.
But it's just Arch City Paranormal. It took forever to get a second account set up on mine.
Really?
Yeah, because you have to log in with a different email or a different phone number or a different account.
Oh, you can't link them like you do.
Yeah, you do, but like I tried to log in with mine that I use, and it just automatically kept going back to mine. Did you find it? Hang on, she found it.
I'm Bluetoothed to something. Don't know what.
Probably the speaker out back. The neighbors have heard you now. Fucking awesome.
Oh no. Well, nobody's seen it, so we don't have any views or likes. We're good.
Yeah, you're good.
All over again. There it is.
Part 2 coming soon.
They're so funny. I love them.
I do love them.
Okay. So
sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. Apparently we're on TikTok now. Just look for T in the goose call. Search for Arch City
pterodactyl. I considered that, but then I was
remember it starts with a P.
Yeah, the P is silent. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl P? Because the P is silent.
Why'd the chicken cross the road?
Because!
Oh my God.
Y'all can tell we have spent a lot of time together throughout this pandemic, but not a lot in the studio.
That's great.
God, it's good to be back. I missed
Sweating
everybody.
and crying. Jesus.
Can't plug the fan back in because the fucking power cord.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to come on today,
Goddamn
and we're getting ready.
Podcast equipment.
Oh my God. It's always been a thing. If anybody's even remotely interested, go back to like episode 13. I think I chronicled our trials on getting the podcast running with multiple mics and stuff back then, and today was just another little bit of, I don't know,
shit
into it. Yeah, how does a power cord go bad? Well, it does, and we found one. We stole one from a fucking fan I had here in the studio. There's like duct tape and baling wire and little bubble gum over here, and fucking, hey, we're on the air.
Surprise, it worked.
So there you go.
I was about to say, hey, somebody viewed our video. It was you.
Oh, okay. So yeah. We're on TikTok.
Welcome.
Well, go find us on TikTok.
Watch that be the biggest fucking platform we have.
I know, right?
Don't pay a dime for it. China's going to steal all our fucking information. It'll be mine because nobody else is on the account.
10,000 followers.
Yeah. How'd you guys get famous? TikTok, like everybody else.
Like everybody else. I'm not dancing.
Well, hell, they got a goddamn creator fund.
What do you mean?
So
what's that?
Like, you know Mr. Hamilton?
Yeah.
The teacher with the beautiful ginger beard that I love?
Yeah.
He's good egg. There's this creator fund that TikTok has. They fucking pay you to create after a certain point, like a certain number of...
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Kind of like a YouTube deal.
He left his full-time teaching job to become a content creator.
Nice.
Because of this fund.
Oh, shit.
It's crazy.
Well, teachers don't get paid enough.
No, they do not. They need more money.
The teachers need your money. There.
Public
vote for your levy in your city.
Yes.
All
so
right.
speaking of cities, we went to Chillicothe.
We did.
So we went to Chillicothe last Saturday night.
Yes.
Yes.
Did anybody else hear that?
What was that?
Our microphones are possessed.
I still think mine sounds quiet. Like I sound quieter.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. What was I supposed
I was just
to do?
comparing. I think it sounds okay.
Well, if I speak different, if I whisper down here, it's going to be different than your 1, 2, 3. So I tried to do it the same.
That's good.
1, 2, 3. Speaking of edits. Chillicothe, go T.
Anyways, we went to Chillicothe. Let's start with this. The house was amazing. Mm-hmm. There were housegasms had multiple times. Multiple housegasms. So, yeah. House was built in 19... Housegasm?
Really?
I had bunches of them.
Gorgeous.
It was a pretty cool house.
Built in 1903, right? 3,600 square feet, I think.
It was a big place.
It was a big place.
I don't remember what year. Early 1900s.
Yeah. It was early 1900s.
Beautiful woodwork, like 7 fireplaces, I think. Doesn't matter.
Was it 7?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake, really?
Yeah. I think every bedroom had one.
Well,
kitchen,
there was 2
downstairs.
3 downstairs. 1 in the kitchen, 1 in the guy living room, 1 in the feminine sitting room.
Yeah.
Each bedroom had 1.
There's 4 bedrooms?
Yeah. You don't say.
Platform brewing.
Brewing?
Brewery. It's hard for me to say. We did a whole episode on that.
Extraterrestrial.
Shut up. Extra for something. It's fucking E.T. Go ahead, T. Speaking of T.
I'm not E.T. Turd.
They have the same initials.
But anyways, the house was gorgeous. We had some good experiences there. Used the REM pod in the room they called the girls' room.
Yeah, the 3 of us, the ladies, were up there.
Yes. So it was Allyson and Rachel and myself. And then the homeowner came up. She's like, I feel like I missed a nail. So she came and joined us, which was awesome.
Sound like that, really?
She did.
I have to edit that out.
No.
Hey, can I come in here?
She was awesome.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, that's what it was. She said, the suspense is killing me. So, yes, and she joined us, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And she did a really good job.
Yeah, that REM pod lost its mind.
It did.
While we were up there.
Yeah. It's like something walked up and just grabbed it and held on to it.
And they wouldn't hold on, or like would not let go.
Yeah.
And Rachel at one point had to ask him, okay, you can let go now. You know, we're
Back
good.
off.
Our hearing's been checked. Thanks.
Back off,
We're fancy.
And within a few seconds, whatever was there stopped. But it was giving intelligent responses to some of the questions that we asked, which I thought was cool. And then after, about 10 minutes, it was like gone.
Yeah. Oh, and then we heard footsteps going up or down stairs. And then we heard a door open and or close. Mm-hmm. And then discovered it was the guys downstairs in the basement.
Yeah, because Mike had to come back up for something, I think.
We were super stoked about it, too.
I forget what that was, but that's when the EMF in the basement started acting funky.
Yeah.
So I was in the basement with Mike.
Sorry.
And where's I going with that? Oh, because he
your
went upstairs.
EMF. Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm in the basement with Mike, and we had forgotten something. Yeah, the usual. And so Mike went upstairs, and I'm by myself, and it was the weirdest thing. I'm sitting there, and I'm talking, asking questions, and I look over on the bar stool beside me, and I see lights moving. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Mike's voice recorder is like voice activated, like it's given like the levels or whatever. So I reached over to move it, and that's when I realized it was the EMF meter, and it's sitting there and it's just like freaking out on its own. for no reason whatsoever. There wasn't anything electrical around or anything like that. So we tried to document when Mike came back. Oh, Mike had left. That's right, because the camera battery that we had just charged that went dead as soon as we got in the basement. That's why Mike went back upstairs. So Mike comes back down with the camera, and at first we thought it was the camera making the EMF go silly. And then we figured out that wasn't it. So then we figured we'd check everything around. We couldn't find a high EMF anywhere. So then we put the K2 meter back down and then got intelligent responses on the K2 meter. They're sitting on the bar stool. It was like, oh, okay. And that's when we came outside, and then you and I,
when we went back down.
You and I went back down there and basically got the exact same thing all over again.
It was weird.
It was super weird. Like, there was no reason for that EMF meter to go off. And the best part is Mike has a K2 meter, and then I have an EMF meter that just runs a little bit higher. It's not I don't think it's any nicer, but it's just mine's digital as opposed to his being with the lights. So we were able to put them down side by side and watch them both go off and then go to zero. It was the weirdest thing. I've never been able to document on two separate pieces of equipment, two different manufacturers. The exact same phenomenon at the exact same time. It was really cool.
And then you sent Rachel and I down there, and Rachel would start like almost spinning in that spot, like physically going in a circle. And
where was that spot at, though?
Right between the two, I guess, bar stools.
Okay, so it was in that spot.
Yeah,
okay.
We both sat on we each sat on a bar stool, and that's where it happened.
Okay, yeah. So that was the spot. That's the spot I'm talking about. Yeah. Really weird EMF bubble there.
But the REM pod, I brought it down after you and I were down there. I went up and got it. No, Mike and I went down with the REM pod, and it didn't do a damn thing in that area.
Did it just not like it?
I don't know. The main red light stayed lit, and nothing else happened at all with that REM pod. I thought for sure that thing go off like a firecracker, but it didn't do a thing.
That is weird. And it's not any more or less sensitive than the K2 or the regular EMF. So then, and then the thing in the kitchen, the weird...
Oh, that space between...
the weird wobbly spot in the kitchen.
Which was kind of felt downstairs a little bit in the basement directly below it.
Yeah.
Not as intense, but just a little.
Well, it didn't go as deep into the basement. It only came, if you were looking at like the kitchen floor and you were looking up at the ceiling, it only came down about 1.5 feet, 2 feet into the basement. That's what Mike and I were all over, like measuring it. It was the weirdest thing. It was like this EMF field that was about probably 6.5 feet wide, 6 inches deep. And it was total overall, it was probably 7 to 8 foot tall, but it rested between both the floors. Like it was about 6.5 feet into the kitchen, and then it was about 2 feet down into the basement. It was the weirdest. I've never seen anything like it. Like when he had his K2 meter and he's like checking at the cabinets, and he's outside the cabinet and the K2 meter's like freaking out, and like he goes like 1 inch into the cabinet, nothing. Come back out, there's a spike, EMF spike, and it was just constant. And there's nothing around there. You know, you put it up to all the electrical stuff in the kitchen, there's nothing giving off, you know, an inordinate amount of EMF, you know, minimal, like 0.01 milligauss, you know, like barely noticeable, but nothing that would physically affect you the way it did when you stood there. And you could stand there and
sway.
Yeah, you didn't even need to be sensitive to EMF. I mean, if somebody was like that would have probably like given someone a headache if they were like super sensitive to EMF.
Or standing there cooking long enough.
Yeah.
Because it's right by the stove. So the cool thing is that all of the members of the team stood in the wobbly spot, as it's been named. The homeowners...
The wobbly spot.
The wobbly spot. The homeowners took turns standing in the wobbly spot and had the same thing happen. And the best part is their son is like an adoptive son to us, and he went down the following day, stood in the wobbly spot, and had the same exact thing happen to him, not knowing what actually happened in that spot.
The wobbly spot.
So we had the wobbly spot.
Is there anything that could explain that as far as that area in the kitchen?
Not that we could come up with. I mean, nothing that we could think about that would have... Mike and I spent...
a long time.
Yeah, probably 15 or 20 minutes trying to find out where this EMF is coming from, because it was such a weird shape. It was such a weird shape, and the locations were so weird. Like I said, it's about 6.5 feet tall in the kitchen, but it was only about 6 inches deep, and it ran at an angle, Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's, 6.5, it's probably 6.5 to 7 feet wide. About 6.5, about total overall, probably about 8.5 foot tall. And it ran at a pitch and an angle, like a 45-degree angle. And it was about 6 inches deep. And you could literally document it. I mean, you could almost draw it out. It was...
And the super cool thing is...
The weirdest thing
is when we first got there, Rachel... we're going through the house, and Rachel was drawn to that spot in the kitchen, and she said, "This is the portal. There's a portal right here, in the wobbly spot." Before any of us had discovered that.
For what though? Because really overall, there wasn't that much paranormal activity.
She just said it was more of like a thinning of the veil, more than anything else.
It's definitely weird right there. Because we've been a bunch of weird places, and that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. That it was just where you couldn't tell where the fucking EMF is coming from. All over the house. I mean, we even went up to the second floor, and there's nothing. There's a room above the kitchen, obviously, second floor, but nothing.
Like you do.
Like the architects did. And nothing. It was so weird. Super weird.
We also had an investigation the weekend before that was private in Grove City, but it was a girls only investigation. The boys were off doing man things.
Fantasy football.
Ugh.
The important stuff. Which all my guys are getting hurt, by the way.
Sorry.
Yeah, whatever.
Better next time. Not going to be number one.
I need to be number one.
Can you draft or trade people, or are you stuck with them?
No, I mean, you are stuck with them, sort of. I mean, there's free agents and everything, but yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
Sad fantasy football noises. Go ahead, T. What were you talking about?
But we had really cool stuff happen there as well when it was just us girls. Mm-hmm. Rachel read one of the homeowners. It was amazing to just sit back and watch. And I don't think we've ever seen a homeowner become so emotional from what she's read, because she was so...
Dead on?
Yeah. Ha! Pardon the pun.
Dead on.
Dead on. Let's see.
When Estes method.
Mm-hmm.
When Rachel said, desk, light, ha. And that fucking desk light was on in that back bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
That was not on prior to the Estes method being started. That was cool.
Yeah. And then Dustin went and shut it off.
Yep.
And then Rachel was doing the Estes method. She was the one that had the headphones on. And then she said something else about the bedroom. I don't remember what she said. Along the same lines. And then come to find out the light was on in one of the bedrooms. A different room. So they went and shut those off. Let's see.
What were we doing when we thought we heard the noise coming from downstairs that we thought was somebody else that lived in the house? Maybe watching a video.
The dowsing rods.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, we used the dowsing rods for the first time.
Those are kind of cool.
An amazing experience. They would cross for yes, go straight for no. It was kind of cool as you could tell them to point at one of the homeowners, and it would, and then that homeowner would slide down the back of the couch, and the dowsing rods would follow. Super cool. What else did we have? So yeah, we're in the middle of doing the dowsing rod session, and we thought one of the homeowners came in off the back porch, and we're like, come on, man. You could hear like a YouTube video or TikTok or something going on. So one of the other homeowners ran downstairs to go tell him to shut the shit off, and he wasn't down there. Nothing was on. He wasn't down there. He was still out back, never came inside.
That was weird.
That was weird.
But cool.
Very.
Super cool.
Yeah. So we had good experiences there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need no stinking boys. We can do it. Dear boys.
I feel attacked.
We're writing in regards to let you know we no longer need your penises upon our team.
Good thing it's not a family show.
No shit.
It says explicit.
Does it?
Specifically on our feed, yeah.
It probably should.
Probably a good thing.
Because I say fuck a lot. That's why.
You do.
That's why. Okay.
So that's weird. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We've had those 2 investigations just in the last couple of weeks. What have we done anything
Prior?
since this COVID bullshit kicked off?
I don't think
I'm
so.
trying to think. Have we?
We
been?
had stuff scheduled.
Well, Waverly.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, Waverly.
We did Waverly, and then we did the other private one in Pataskala.
Captain Disappointment.
No, not the one in Pataskala.
No.
Waverly.
Waverly.
We did the one in Pataskala
That's right.
where you got to feed the horses. Well, we all fed the horses.
God, those horses. I want them. All of them.
All of them.
All
I'm
the
bitching
animals.
about high vet bills now.
You ain't seen
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one, too. Did the Estes method there, but it was a lot of...
It was weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It's very disjointed.
Yeah.
Like it was very...
Almost to the point where we thought maybe we were talking to someone who of special needs, maybe,
Special needs.
or
Yes.
something.
Or a couple people, maybe. Was it?
Yeah, like maybe like people like
Or multiple personalities.
Ooh.
yelling out random shit. Like, chair.
Corn cob.
Yeah. Pancakes. Pancake skateboard.
Strawberries on the doghouse.
It's a safe word we got. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna hear that at Prospect next month.
somebody just yell.
Strawberries in the doghouse.
Oh no! Emergency.
Let her breathe.
That's the breathe safe word.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's pineapple.
It is pineapple.
We know it's pineapple. Don't worry. It's safe. Everything's fine. Everything's good there. So, very
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah. Oh. Do we talk about this?
We did not.
Okay.
We just got the okay. Great timing.
Oh, fantabulous. So, I've got this stuff. It's helped me sleep. It's called Bliss Linen Spray. And it's made, what's the name of her company? It's a friend
Yoga
of ours.
Om.
And what's her website?
Yoga Om Healing, I believe, but let me check it.
Okay. So we're going to give you the website.
And we'll post it on our Facebook and things.
Yeah, and I've got it. It'll be in the comments of this episode. So if you're interested, you want to go check this stuff out. But all kinds of like essential oils and stuff. And this lavender spray that I got, I had a lot of trouble sleeping because, apparently I have a bunch of stress in my life. I don't understand why. Neither does my wife. But so anyhow.
Yes, it is Yoga Om.
Yoga Om. Yoga Om.
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 We're so connected.
Yoga OM. So it's this Bliss Linen Spray, and it's like this lavender spray. And I had some from Bath and Body Works, and it was okay, but I had to spray it like 5 or 6 times. And Allyson was nice enough that she was over at Michelle and Sarah's house yesterday, and obviously, because we have an N, we don't have to go to the website.
That's right.
Yeah, because, But anyhow, you need to go to the website. You need to go to look in our comments here and you get the website address and go and get some of this stuff if you have any trouble sleeping. But there's all kinds of stuff there. And T has stuff that she's trying out for her. What is this?
For stomach issues.
It's for stomach issues. It's an essential oil blend to ease and upset stomach.
You may hold it over here so you can read it.
You're the last person in the room.
Ew.
We're just glad you can hear us.
Ew.
Okay, Grandma?
I have my earbuds in.
Yeah, clearly. So, but she makes all kinds of cool stuff.
The peppermint and tea tree soap.
Oh, that stuff is amazing.
It's like, I think it has charcoal in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Activated charcoal.
Yeah.
What else? Okay,
It's
so it's
good.
got it has other things besides charcoal
Yes.
because like people are like picturing Kingsford.
Yeah.
No.
No.
But it's gray because of the charcoal, and then it's got the tea tree in it, and what else?
Coconut oil, peppermint, activated charcoal, vitamin E.
It's phenomenal.
It's
Good
pretty
stuff.
and it's great. It's really good for your pores.
Yeah, and because for some reason I decided to have acne now as an adult instead of a teenager, and it doesn't break my face out, keeps my face clean. I stopped using CeraVe to use that. That's how good that stuff is.
Good shit. That's like name brand shit.
Yeah,
So
I love it.
Make sure to go check out that website and our links. Is it
Yeah,
like-
it's yoga-om-healing.com. And you can also check them out on Facebook at Yoga Om.
OM.
And it's a local company started by
Yeah.
a really nice lady.
right here in Seabus.
Yep.
But go check it out. The stuff works. This stuff helped me sleep. I had insomnia bad.
So you had to spray it the Bath and Body Works 5 or 6 times.
And this stuff here, I spray it like 1 time, and it's good for like 2 or 3 days.
Even better.
Yeah, and not only that, like the Bath and Body Works shit for a bottle about the same size is like what, like almost twice as much. Mm-hmm. It's like $16 or $17.
And the Bath and Body Works stuff was leaving grease marks on the sheets.
Well, that wasn't the Bath and Body Works spray.
And that's my cue. Ew.
Yeah.
The safe word. Get
Strawberries on a doghouse.
Let her breathe. Let her breathe. So anyway. That's good stuff.
Oh, what are lip balms? Her
lip balms are amazing.
She's got 3 scents. She's working on a 4th.
There's the citrus one. There's the coca mint.
Like a chocolatey.
That sounds good.
Cocoa latte.
Yeah, cocoa latte.
Cocoa latte.
No, there's a mint one. Mm-hmm. That should be the 3, right?
I think so. She's working on a new flavor.
In case you can't tell, we're big fans.
New scent.
Huge, bigly.
Good shit.
So yeah, check them out.
That.
No, you can have
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I like it.
I do too.
It's a nice little.
Yeah.
So, you drinking that made me think of another podcast that's going to happen, but we're not allowed to talk about yet. Which then made me think of another podcast that's going to happen the same week with Rachel.
Well, yeah, we're trying to. Now, don't give too much away because you know how shit changes. I don't want to get anybody. I don't want to say, hey, you know.
I thought it was set in stone. Sorry.
It is.
Oh.
Right now it is, but I mean, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like, hey, you know, podcast 28, you know, I don't want to. And then.
Just in case.
Yeah. Then people like turn on podcast, you know, number 28, and they're like, all right, Rachel's going to be on. And like, oh, fuck, it's Kyle again. Fuck. This fucking guy all the time. No one cares about the Blue Jackets. Shut the fuck up.
It's okay.
So,
babes. You're okay.
I feel your pain. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, you know. But yes, I am, like I said on the last episode, I am diligently working to get everybody in and get everybody on the podcast and, you know, and at the same time still have the ones I'm doing as like filler. You know what I mean?
But I like them. They're not filler. I like them.
I'm glad. I'm very glad to hear that. They're fun. It's cathartic sometimes. So I can come in here and I just bitch and it's like, whatever.
That is nice.
It'll be okay. You know, I just come in here and I whine and complain, and
I usually whine to Fran.
Well, you could come. You could come do a podcast.
Can Fran come?
We'll just come. Yes, we'll bring Fran in. Fran can whine.
Okay. Henry's the whiner.
We'll get her own mic.
You won't hear anything but Fran dancing.
Yeah. Fran's awesome.
Yes, she is.
Fran is greatest. Allison's dog.
She's beautiful.
One of Allison's dogs.
Well, one of Allison's dogs.
One of 3.
One of 3.
Because we added a third 2.5 weeks ago.
And he's amazing.
T found him.
Love him. It's mine.
He might be a little old.
He's a little old fuck. He's
20.
Yes. Like
he's
legit
20.
Human years, 20
he
years old.
He is older than your youngest child.
That is insane.
But boy, is he cute.
He really
adorable.
is.
And he's got, his legs might be, about 4.5 inches tall?
Yes, he's got these meaty paws.
He's blind. He's deaf. He walks into stuff regularly.
And he's perfect.
And he wears a doggy diaper. Because when you're 372 years old.
Exactly. Precisely. I was just getting ready to say that.
You know, thank you, Amazon, for having your basics doggy diaper wraps, because otherwise those fuckers are expensive. And I don't want to do the laundry. I'm going to hurt the environment.
So is it like a disposable? It's like a legit disposable diaper for dogs?
Yeah. It just wraps around and covers his little willy and Velcros. It does. And then it Velcros on his back.
What was she supposed to call it?
I don't know.
It wraps around and covers his little cock right up. just tucks right up in there.
Yeah, and it's got like an absorbent pad in it, and he does his business, and then
you're good to go.
Like when I'm not home,
just change him like you do a kid.
Yep.
No shit, that's sweet.
They're nice. I used to do the non-disposable kind, and
I remember
then would
those.
have.
I never knew that there was disposable.
Yeah, because the ones he has, if I use the non-disposable ones, like the reusable, there's the word, and of Jim's, because this is not my first dog with incontinence issues.
She only adopts seniors, so
it was so small on him that when I tried, it was like a clamp on his spine, and then he couldn't walk. And he'd just kind of fall down and then just lay there and look at me. Well, he can't look at me because he's blind, but he'd cast his eyes in my general direction.
He would point his nose in your general direction.
He'd give me an angry sniff.
What have you done to me?
So I had to take him off and
what is this
break out the ones that are going to hurt the environment in like 300 years. Sorry, Mother Nature.
There's plenty of other shit fucked up besides your disposable doggy diapers.
Yeah.
I would not worry.
I'm waiting on maybe that's what was delivered and is in my
diapers.
I ordered 2 more cases.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yep, figured it out. Mystery solved.
How many's in a case?
It's not a lot, like maybe 30 or 40.
Okay.
Enough for like 1 a day if he makes it that long. Because when I'm home,
figure like 2 a day?
Usually.
Yeah.
1 at night and one when I'm at
still
work.
That's still better than somebody's crotch gobbling.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, it was what?
All the time.
Yeah, it was like all the time.
Every 12 minutes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, for real. And especially like once they figured out that like they could get attention that way.
Yeah.
Little bastards. So my PSA, go adopt a senior dog from your local shelter or humane society.
Speak for the unspoken.
Yes.
That one.
They're great. Yeah, Henry came from Fairfield Area Humane Society.
He's amazing.
Go there. Go wherever you are and save a life.
You good over there?
Yeah, I like playing with it.
So anyhow, here we are. Back again. Battery break. So we have the news and I want to talk to you guys about reincarnation. On the last episode, you guys haven't heard it yet. Last episode I talked about reincarnation, but it was one of those things where like I did emails and stuff, and then I was even talking Facebook to myself. What we talked about earlier, the Facebook being shit now. So I covered reincarnation and I hit all the high points like I wanted to, but I felt like I packed it in there at the end. Like, it was like, okay, because I didn't want to run over an hour because I always feel like people are like, Jesus, shut up. Like, I'm listening to you. Just, fucking stop. So I wanted to get your thoughts on reincarnation. And then, like, if you guys had any questions about it, maybe I could answer those and we could, it would broaden that a little bit now that we've talked about, investigations and stuff like that. I was trying to get away from the cryptozoology and the UFOs because, like, 2 episodes in a row I talked about it. So we're on this, like the spiritual.
Easy for you to say.
I have so many words. There's so many words, and there's all these letters, and I put them together. So reincarnation was originally, just real quick nutshell, reincarnation, the 2 biggest religions that believe in it are Hinduism and Hinduism and Buddhism. And the thing I was touching on is the Hindu religion is the oldest religion in the world. It's been around forever. It's got like 1 point some billion followers, and Buddhism is the next oldest. And we always get sort of locked into that monotheistic, version of, there's God in heaven, and we're born, we live, and then we die, and then we're judged, and then we go off to either heaven or hell. And the question I had at the end of the podcast, I started thinking to myself, and I wanted to get your thoughts on it, was it was weird because it was like one of the things that just worked out. It was like a perfect storm thing. I had an email where I was asked why, like what I believed God was, and if there's a heaven and hell, like why are there spirits here? So I got to talk a little bit about how I feel about God and things like that. And then I think one of the big flaws with all of those religions, all the big ones, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, is that it's written by people. Like, I don't feel like we have any clear path. Like there's nothing to show us how we interact with this being. If there isn't even one. I believe that there is some type of higher power, but I think we have no concept on how to interact with it. We just don't. We have no idea. And that we started writing books because people didn't have the morality to interact on a decent level with each other. So somebody said, "Hey, I got an idea. We'll fucking scare the shit out of them." And then that way they'll keep their shit together and they'll treat each other right, blah, 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 the whole thing. And like all our laws are based around that general idea. I got the yawns in the room already, so I'm going to hurry up.
No, it's because one of us yawned and then the other one yawned, and it's just going back
Power
and
of
forth.
Persuasion.
So, and then the thought I had is maybe the big three, maybe they didn't touch on reincarnation because they wanted more of that fear.
To keep people in line?
To keep people in line, because if you think, well, if I fuck up, I can come back and do it again, you're probably less apt to follow the 10 commandments that they came up with, because hey, if I fuck it up, there's round 2. You know what I mean? And that was sort of the thought I had as I finished the podcast, and I had never considered that before. And I didn't know if you guys had any thoughts on it.
But the thought behind reincarnation is dependent upon how good you are the first life, is what you become the second life. So if you're an asshole this life, you might be a slug the next life, because your goal with each reincarnation is to become a better and better person to reach a certain mecca. Because I remember we talked about this with Rachel, and it was to reach a certain point, and then
where
once
you were no longer trapped in that I could look it up. You finish your thought. You go ahead.
Once you reach that certain point, you no longer are reincarnated. Yeah, that word. Because you've reached the highest point that you can be. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I know what the hell I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
It's Hinduism is I'll just read directly here, is unified by its acceptance of samsara, a chain of births and deaths linked by reincarnation. Controlling samsara is the law of karma. Hindus believe that all individuals accumulate karma over the course of their lifetime. Good actions create good karma, and evil actions create negative karma, which I didn't understand until I started reading about this stuff the other day too. Because like I said before on that podcast, was originally this was just supposed to be like one of those things. Like it was supposed to be a Google this thing is what it was supposed to be. Hey, go check this out. Let me know what you think. Maybe an email, or maybe it's just because I like to give people stuff like that to check up on. I had no idea there was bad karma. Like I didn't know you accumulated. Well, I didn't know you accumulated it the way you do good karma. Like I just got the look from T. T looked at me like I had 6 heads and I smelled bad. I didn't know you accumulated it the same way. Because sort of that's how, like when supposedly okay, if you're Catholic and you go in front of St. Peter looks at you and he says, well, you did this stuff, and but it outweighs the bad shit you did over here. Okay, come in. We'll let you through the gates. I didn't know they operated in the same way. So samsara, sorry, I got off on a tangent right there. They believe they accumulate good and bad karma, and then the good karma can eventually earn a person a higher place in the caste system in a future life. The ultimate goal of any Hindu adherent is moksha. Moksha, or salvation from samsara. Moksha is the final of 4 primary Hindu goals. The first 3, kama, artha, and dharma, are concern earthly pursuits like pleasure, power, or well-being and virtue. So moksha is their salvation. You don't go through reincarnation anymore. Like you've done it. Good job.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, like you've beaten the game. You've got. So I didn't know that. I didn't know it like worked like, but I didn't know you came back. So you come back you come back shittier.
It's kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah. If you're an asshole.
So if you're an asshole, you come back as like what? I mean, like
a tire.
Well, I've had that. That's the conversation. That's not
exactly
fair. That's my line.
But when we talked about it with Rachel, yeah. If you're Jeffrey Epstein, you're now a slug or a worm or a fish. I don't know.
Would fish have it that bad, you think?
I don't know. They get to live in pretty nice places.
I know, right? Tropical fish. I mean, that might be like, maybe that's another step up.
But do you come back? I guess my question is, do you come back as something other than human? Is that
funny? You should ask.
Oh.
Because in Western religion, this was thought about. Plato talked about it, and Plato believed in it. And you guys ever heard of the Pythagorean theorem?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's a Pythagorean brotherhood. This dude, like, basically started his own religion. He had people that worshipped him, but you would come back as some other type of mammalian. You would come back as a mammal.
That's called a cult.
So, I mean, have you like watched fucking Joel Osteen? I mean, it's not
cult.
Yeah, I mean, we're not. So, I mean, I think we're clearly in the same ballpark here. But they said, those guys said you had to be a vegetarian because of exactly that. You would come back as a mammal. So you didn't want to sit down. You didn't want to sit down to dinner to have a burger, which you didn't in Greece, but.
And you eat Nana.
Exactly. Precisely. So that's why they preached veganism, and there's Orphism, which Orpheus was a guy that he was this musician guy, but no meat, no wine, no sex.
That sounds like one shitty existence.
I know, right? Like, you know what? I'll just fucking come back as the slug, okay?
But wait, what religion?
It's radio. Finish the thought.
What religion idols the cow?
Probably Hindu.
It's Hindu.
And they believe in reincarnation.
Yes.
So when you reach the Mecca, do you become a cow?
Hopefully for you, right? As much as you love them.
I would look in the mirror at my long eyelashes. So I would take a hoof and pet myself. It would be amazing.
I don't think it works like that.
I'm so pretty.
I love them. They're so cute.
So anyway, yeah, I was just I wanted to get your thoughts.
Yeah, because I think it's Hindu as well.
Go ahead. I don't want to, go ahead.
Don't they like treasure elephants as well? There's another one. An elephant's a mammal?
I don't know. Do Hindus worship elephants? Is that what you're asking me?
No, but it's kind of like a cow.
Well, here's Hindu and cows. Hindus do not consider the cow to be a god, and they do not worship it. Hindus, however, are vegetarians, and they consider the cow to be a sacred symbol of life that should be protected and revered. Maybe that's why Hindus are vegetarian.
Maybe.
I'd love to know why they feel that way about a cow.
Have you looked at one?
It's just
amazing.
It's a sacred symbol is all it says here. They dress them up and stuff.
Like, is there a backstory from several thousand years ago that, a cow saved a life, and now we're gonna...
T's gonna be worthless the rest of the show after I show her, so I'm gonna show you first. Look at that guy.
Oh my God, he's so fancy.
I know. It's a fancy cow. I'll put a link to this picture in the comments so you'll see what we're talking about. But this is where T ends her episode. She'll just go home now.
Oh, I'm so pretty. It's a pretty cow. I want to squish his face.
But that's Hindus. You got...
Huh.
Yeah.
Just total side note. Do the Americans have anything on the same realm that we honor that you can think of?
Dogs. We don't eat dogs.
Yeah, there's other countries that eat dog.
Yeah. And we let them live in our homes.
Or horses. We don't eat horse.
Yeah. Shit, we were in line at Target today, and a woman bought a stingray Halloween costume for her dog.
What did that look like? Was it like the wings out?
It was adorable. And then she told us the sad story that it's probably the dog's last Halloween. So she bought.
For fuck's sake,
it's what she said.
Why it was cute, bring everybody down,
Sorry.
So I guess dogs would be probably the closest.
Yeah.
I mean, people still treat them like shit.
Some do because they're
some
assholes.
Areas,
right.
But I'm sure
some people.
I would be curious to know then. Do Hindus is it across the board? Everybody fucking loves cows and you're amazing and praise be and all that.
They consider the cow to be a sacred symbol of life that should be protected and revered. So they probably the thought of a McDonald's. Can you imagine? Here you go. Can you imagine an Indian fast food restaurant? Well, it can't be Indian because the Hindus are vegetarian. So I don't know. Some other country has a fast food restaurant that exclusively serves dog.
Like you go to Chipotle and instead of getting like your carnita, you get dog.
Right.
Un perro? No.
That is how they look at our fast food restaurants.
Oh my God. The light bulb. You're right.
Yeah. That's insane.
Think about that. They must be so fucking disgusted. Already we look like shit on a world stage, but that's an entirely different podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, really the majority of the planet, we're not, obviously Americans aren't the only ones that eat cows, but I mean, that's twisted.
That is.
Yeah.
That is twisted.
Do you think they have like a vegan version of like a McDonald's over there?
Oh, McDonald's. I bet you McDonald's got locked down.
You think?
I bet you. Let's look it up.
Well, KFC's probably making a killing.
Yeah.
You
eat
can
more
eat the
chicken.
shit out of chickens.
But if they're vegetarian, can they do that?
That's true.
Oh,
no.
Mm-mm.
A Hindu McDonald's.
Bet you they're big fans of baked beans.
It's very much an oxymoron.
Right. There's Hindu protesters from back in 2012, so maybe not.
Maybe that's one country McDonald's is not infiltrated.
That's insane.
Because I would imagine
McDonald's to beef up in India with meatless menu. Fuck out of here, man. CBS News. Get the fuck out of here.
So, do you remember the commercial for Wendy's? Where's the beef?
Yes, my
that
grandmother
would actually work.
Yeah, my grandma had a puzzle
A where's the beef puzzle?
with the old ladies on it.
Really?
I used to put it
fucking
together
great.
all the time when I was at her house.
That's fucking awesome.
That's interesting, though.
That's super interesting when you think about it. That didn't occur to me either.
And yeah, and the way you put it, ew.
Yeah.
I
And
would
it's sacred. It's not that they just love dogs the way we do, or the majority of us do. They're sacred. Like a fast food restaurant that exclusively sells Nana burgers with a side of Jesus fries. I mean, let's think of how offensive you could get. Yeah. Down syndrome nuggets.
What's wrong?
I said what I said. And I'm not going to edit it out either. That's how offensive it is, though. Think about that.
Yeah.
That's how I mean, can you imagine?
No.
No. It's fucked up.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
It's funny, though.
Never thought of it in that light.
As we
before.
sit here and wait for our...
I know. We got cheesesteaks on the way. So anyhow, yeah, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. Because to me, with it being the oldest religion in the world and the most, I don't know, what do you call them, parishioners? Subscribers, whatever.
Believers, followers.
Followers, yeah. To me, it gives it more credence. Like, that might be closer to truth, obviously, than the story about the social activist that was, born in Bethlehem and because I mean that's what Jesus was. I mean he's just a social activist that a lot of people went, hey, fucking guy's got great ideas.
So maybe I am a born again Buddhist.
We wouldn't even need
that died in a tornado in my previous life.
Right.
Which would explain my insane fear of tornadoes and my love of cows.
But well, fair. But what I was going to say was you wouldn't even need, just because you wouldn't need, that wouldn't necessarily be the shoes you were in because of like your religious beliefs, if that's really the way it is. Maybe they just got it right. Maybe you were a fucking Baptist. Who the fuck knows? Maybe you were a fucking Mormon.
Yeah, but
you were wife number 6. I mean, who fucking knows? I'm just saying. So yes, I think what you're saying, yes, that would explain a lot of things. And there's actually a guy in this article, if you listen to that podcast, if you go back and listen to it if you haven't heard it. The University of Virginia actually funded a guy who did studies on past lives and why they are now. And the reason that he did it, specifically what he focused on, was kids of a certain age and why they had phobias that they had, because they weren't old enough yet to develop any of those phobias.
That would make sense. I've had tornado phobia for as long as I can remember. Like itty
So there you go. Maybe we're on to something.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Where's Poodle when we need her?
Right. It's an interesting conversation. But yes, there was, but you wouldn't necessarily have to be Hindu. Like I said, maybe they just fucking got it right.
Maybe.
These other guys were worried about the moral fiber of their the people that they had to go to the market with. So they started writing books about Jesus and how, you know, his mom was impregnated by God. And I mean,
wish they could see the look you made.
Well, I'm just saying. So anyway.
But who gets to decide? Like, okay, I die tomorrow for some whatever reason.
No.
Right.
Who decides
It's
what
already
I become? Like, it's already
the
out
cosmos.
There?
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just
it's the
there.
I don't think anyone decides it. Like, I don't think anybody's sitting down going, "Oh, fuck Allyson, here you go." I don't think it's anything like that. But I think that I think this is just, it's a science experiment. Evolution is real. The one thing I would say is, like, if you look at the life of a fly, look at the life of a fly in comparison to our lifespan. A fly only lives like 3 days. The more intelligent and more evolved, I know, the more intelligent and the more evolved a being, typically their lifespan is longer. So if we're talking about an all-knowing, all-powerful being, the millions of years that it took humans to evolve from a fish flopping out of the ocean to where we are sitting now behind these podcast mics. So they say it was, you know, it took 7 days. God took 7 days to create the earth. Maybe that fucking is 7 days. Maybe that was 7 days. But then also bear in mind that a fucking dude wrote that. A man wrote that.
Yeah, and why did King James get his own version? How did that come about? I know this is completely off topic.
That was so he could divorce his wife.
That's fucking.
That's
convenient.
exactly it. He broke with the Catholic Church so he could divorce his wife. That's what it. That's it.
I dislike religion a lot, so I don't know much about it.
Yeah, that's King James. That's basically nutshell. That's where it comes from. I think. Sounded good, didn't it?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about because I'm with Allyson.
There was a king that broke with the Catholic Church because they would not.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Approve of his divorce or separation from his wife, and then hell, he had 8 wives. Who was that? I think that was King James. He had like 8 wives. He killed a few of them. And it was all because he couldn't have a son. I think something like that.
Little did he know it was his pecker that was deciding what they were having.
Well, yeah. They didn't have the science back then to know
right.
that, you know. Y chromosome, bitch. You looking it up? Is that what you're doing?
I was kind of curious.
So anyway, yeah, I think it's already decided. I don't think that I think that we have no concept whatsoever on how to interact with this being or beings. And that's where we're at. And we've done the best we can. You know, humans have done the best they can, but we're flawed. And there's all kinds of mistakes here and there. But when you look at something like this and how old this religion is, I mean, it makes you think maybe they got it right. Or at least closer to right than anything that we believe, you know, as like, you know, white people in Ohio.
Is Buddhism the one that is almost like a do no harm, treat everybody with respect, be kind, like that?
I don't have that here.
Realm, I believe.
Shouldn't they all be that way?
You said, love thy neighbor. Kind of.
Only to a certain extent, though,
Yep.
please. What's that one? Shall not covet thy neighbor.
Yeah, like you don't want Jim's boat.
Or his wife.
Or his wife. That's right. Thou shalt not covet the neighbor's wife, right?
There's a lot on this article. I ain't got the time.
So, yeah, and Buddhism is where nirvana comes from.
No, they came from Seattle.
But
thanks.
Factual. Yeah, eightfold path or middle way. It's a whole thing. But they're basically the same thing as Hindu.
So for non-believers of Hinduism, not necessarily non-believers, but not participants, do they feel that like the three of us would?
Apparently, we would be
reincarnated as well. No,
we would perpetually be locked into the samsara. We're always
heathens.
Forever, we're going to, born, live, die, born, live, die.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, babes.
We're never going to reach that enlightenment to get out.
So in their thoughts, everybody comes back as a living thing.
Right.
But not in an animate.
Correct.
Object. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to come back as a tire.
Yeah.
Bonus.
What if you came back as Big Brown Dog?
You could come back as a dog.
That'd be a great life.
It would be.
Get your ears rubbed, your belly rubbed.
Well, whoever was Big
snacks.
Brown Dog was ornery as shit.
Yeah,
Take naps. Not have to fucking work.
That'd be nice.
Car rides are the most exciting thing.
That, yes. Can confirm every day. Boone on the way to the park. Where are we going now? Same fucking place we always go, dude.
Aww.
So. Okay, so I wanted to cover that. I'm sorry. Where are we at on time? How are we on time?
About another 20 minutes.
Okay, cool. T.
Yes, dear.
There'll be links to I'll throw up these links again in the comment section of this podcast if you want to go look at reincarnation again, or go back and look at episode 26.
So while she's
That's
looking,
probably the easier thing to do. Go back and look at episode 26. All the same links are there.
If you could
want to read into it.
Pick what you came back as. What you coming back as?
A dolphin.
Why?
I mean, have you met a dolphin?
Not officially, but I've seen them.
We're not on a first name basis.
Yeah.
I think the dolphins got the gig. They're smart.
Mm-hmm.
They live in the ocean. I love the ocean.
They have sex for pleasure.
They're still they have sex for pleasure. They masturbate.
They do?
Yes, I've seen videos. It's weird.
Ooh, you're kinky.
You went down that YouTube rabbit hole, did you?
I guess.
Did you find his own?
Who knew there was Pornhub for dolphins?
No shit.
No, somebody.
Flipper's got an OnlyFans.
It's called a.
Fuck yeah.
That should have been another TikTok.
So what do they say when they climax? I mean, what is it?
That sounds like a dog. My wife has never made that sound before. Allison's done.
Hi, baby. You're
T, what are
okay.
you coming back as?
So what's Flipper's OnlyFans called?
I can't come up with anything clever that quickly.
Oh, I thought T was going to make the noise again.
I know. You tell me.
Okay.
What are you coming back as?
A cow or a dog? One of the two. I don't know.
You come back as a cow, you're going to end up being a burger. Can you pick your spot?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, like I want to come
Anywhere
back.
other than Wuhan. Please.
I want to come back as an Indian cow. We
Yes.
good?
Yeah.
We good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Straight to Iowa you go.
No, I don't want to be a all beef patty and sesame seed bun.
Patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
I can't believe you still remember that.
Who doesn't remember that? That's like classic.
Never knew it the first time around.
Come on.
Didn't.
Did you know it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Come on.
Didn't know it. I swear.
This is where we get one of her stories about her troubled childhood.
I can give you one.
It's getting personal, y'all.
My mom used to chain me up on the back porch.
No.
And eat Big Macs in front of me.
Like them cows, huh?
No. So anyways.
Oh, fuck. Greg listens to this. Mm-hmm. Can't fucking wait. Oh, Christmas is going to be awkward. So anyway, you're coming back as an Indian cow?
Yeah, or a dog.
Gotcha.
Not in Wuhan.
What about you?
Wuhan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wuhan?
Yeah, anywhere but Wuhan.
Why Wuhan?
That's where they have a lot of those markets.
They do the dog meat
the
festival.
wet markets. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, I thought there was a Corona joke in there somewhere. I wasn't getting.
No.
Mike feels weird.
What would you be?
An opossum.
Fuck, what?
Why?
Immune to rabies.
Oh. They're mean bastards too.
They're not mean.
They are fucking mean.
They're not mean.
They are mean.
Their diet consists of ticks, so I'm saving dogs from Lyme disease.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're cute.
That's why you're not going to be a hedgehog.
I want to be one that has the cross eyes and gets to wear pajamas and lives in a nice lady's house. I don't necessarily want to be one that's like dodging traffic. And get,
They don't dodge traffic very well at all.
No. Then I have to stop and check their pockets for babies and they're dead.
Oh, God.
Oh.
I really like opossums.
So one time,
They are cute.
possum story.
Oh, gather around, y'all.
Gather around the fire, kids. Possum story. So a friend of mine had a German Shepherd dog. And apparently...
Instead of what? A German Shepherd grandma?
There are German Shepherd grandmothers. You could live in Germany and have sheep.
And be a shepherd.
And
be a grandpa. Therefore, there would be a grandma.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
German Shepherd grandma Svetlana. 9? Sure, go ahead. Finish. German Shepherd dog.
So fucked up. So anyway.
Opposed to German Shepherd
You
cat.
both got offended at the Down syndrome thing. And then you're over here doing bad German. So anyway. Had a German Shepherd. And a German Shepherd got in a fight with a possum. Well, this all went on outside. They only heard it, I guess. I wasn't there. They only heard it, I guess. They go outside. Dog's like covered in blood, but the dog's okay. He killed the possum, ripped it in half.
Oh, my.
Yeah. So they go to clean it up. They're cleaning it up. They grab it and roll it over to like put it in the bag. The top half of the possum's still fucking alive. And,
What?
like, trying to bite them. Yes. Yes. Dude's ripped in half. Fuck you. I'm mean enough. I'm going to fucking still bite your ass.
Wow.
True story. True story.
Then I got
They're
a lot
mean
to
as-
look forward to in my afterlife.
Yeah. True story. Mean as fuck. I don't think you're cut out for it. You're not mean enough.
Yeah, you're not really mean.
You're not. At all. Not not a mean bone in her body. At least I've never seen it. Thank goodness.
Just you wait.
Just, I hope not.
I'm kidding. I still love
Pin
him.
up anger, Kyle. It's aimed at you.
Or I'd come back as Fran.
Oh,
Fat and sassy.
Perfect.
just happy as can be.
Perfect, Fran.
Yes.
Okay.
And we still have another 20 minutes.
Oh,
So.
it changed?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
So we're good.
That's
not good, is it?
rude.
They're still preparing.
We're waiting on our food, so we're podcasting at the same time. Go ahead, T.
It's called
T,
multitasking.
T has news.
I have news.
Weird news that we can talk about.
Oh, that's so good. Yes.
That is really good.
Thank you.
I need that. I need that sound. I need to fucking write that down.
Okay. In the spirit of fall, if you could not move the desk,
If you could just hush.
and if you could stop sliding your ass around in your leather seat so we can all hear it.
I'm trying to take notes for the show. Ms.
Ew.
Oh, I think you just got
I
divorced.
think I did too. He can't leave me. He loves me too much.
He's contractually obligated. Okay.
Facts.
Ew.
In the spirit of fall.
In the spirit of fall, and next month is Halloween and Paranormal. Oh God, where's it at? I have to find out where it's at. I read it this morning and now I forgot. So Tokyo. I thought it was someplace like that. Tokyo is doing the world's first ever drive-through haunted house.
Oh, smart.
You drive through and you have your windows up, but they will climb your car. They'll
Oh,
smack your
fuck
windows.
you. Get off my car.
Yeah, like I have video if you guys want to post it or watch it. But yes,
I definitely want the link.
yeah, you drive through. Like I've seen
Here,
snippets
let's
of it.
watch. Let's watch it.
Yeah, they told you you're gonna have to like wash your car afterwards.
Nope.
Yeah, they'll fuck your car up.
Do they give you like a pass or like a free thing to wash your car?
No, they do it for you in character. They'll clean your car
Oh, there you
at the
go.
end of the car
That's
wash.
cool.
at
What
the
if
end of
they
the thing.
dent it or scratch it or
Of course, we got a fucking ad.
something?
I don't know.
Nope.
I'm sure you sign a waiver or something. How cool, right?
They experienced the zombie apocalypse.
I'd be afraid I'd hit the gas and run over one of them.
Maybe it's like a car wash thing where you can't accelerate. You got to put
Oh,
the
it,
car
like,
in
does it
neutral.
for you?
Yeah,
And I'm sure it's a lot of jump scares would be my guess.
it'd have to be.
But
You're-
isn't that what a
you're in
haunted
your
house
car.
is, though? I don't really go to haunted houses, so.
Wonder how long it'll be before we see one here.
Not long, I'm sure.
Yeah, they gotta. Yeah.
I mean, because you have places that only function once a year, like Haunted Hoochie, and they bring in hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah,
what are you going to do this year?
Pretty cool.
Isn't that neat?
That's super neat. That's a really good story. So it's kind of like where you do the drive-through with the Christmas lights.
Oh yeah, like up at Alum Creek or whatever.
Right.
I'm skimming to see if it tells you how they do it. It's a 13-minute performance. It almost sounds like you just sit still.
It's probably safer, like Allyson says. It's make it run over.
Yeah, you scare the crap out of me. I'm hitting the gas.
Everybody's watching too much Walking Dead. Like, I know how to fucking head. Fuck out of the way!
Get the head! Once the horror is over, instead of eating brains, these helpful zombies actually clean the blood off the cars they attacked just minutes earlier.
There you go.
Well, of course. It's Tokyo. They're very friendly and considerate there. Yeah.
Probably the best people in the world.
Oh, almost dropped my phone. That'd have been bad.
This is zombie drive-through. That's got to be in the show notes.
Zombie drive-through?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, right?
That's super cool.
Yeah. So then I found another one, which I thought was kind of funny. There are increased reports of paranormal activity rising since the stay-at-home orders
that's
with
what
coronavirus.
Increased means for.
Did I already say it? Ew.
That's redundant and excessive.
Ew!
I mean, a German Shepherd dog. There are other German Shepherds we covered. Increasing means rising. Kind of redundant.
Reports
redundant.
of paranormal activity on the rise during coronavirus stay-at-home orders.
Do you think it's because people are just home?
Exactly.
And just hearing shit or seeing shit or...
What's the story?
They were talking about how they think it's people are at home and they're not used to hearing... What's up?
Literally what Allyson and I just said.
And they're not used to hearing like their house settle or the wind blowing because they're usually at work. So the way the house would creak and crack with the wind blowing during a storm or that kind of stuff.
Got you.
Because you're home so much more, you're paying more attention to stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yes.
I was actually gonna go the route of maybe like people are like just like fucking losing their minds for being...
That's probably a possibility too.
Yeah.
Well, they've lost their social graces, that's for sure.
That is so true.
Yes.
Facebook has destroyed America.
Yeah.
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 America.
And then my last one I wasn't going to talk about because I'm not allowed to say forbidden things, but we're going to go there. Is it possible for a place to lure you back? Or to it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I will not fucking pay to go there.
No.
I absolutely will not. I'll never go back.
Nope.
Yeah.
Sad
face.
But we've been lured back to other places.
Oh, like Prospect?
Moundsville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all want to go back to Moundsville.
Yeah.
Prospect is next month.
17th, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should be interesting.
And then Bel Air House.
November.
In Ohio. November 7th. 14th.
I'm looking.
14th.
Oh, not game launcher. Wrong one.
I said that. I saw the look you gave me, Allyson. I said that way because I got an email.
Okay.
Because on episode 25, I talked about Bel Air House, and I said it was in West Virginia.
Oops.
Wrong! It's in
Yes.
Ohio.
It is in Ohio, but it's real fucking close to West Virginia.
It is. It's like 500 feet away from the fucking line. And Bill wrote in and
clarified for
me.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, Bill. It's the 14th, November 14th.
November 14th, we go to the Bel Air House in Ohio. So, yeah. What you got there? Anything else?
No, I was actually looking at one of the posts that we posted on Facebook. Can mirrors be used as portals for paranormal communication? We tried that one method. What was that one method we did down in
You have what, like a...
Psychomantium.
Yes, there's like the mirror with a... Is it a candle or some sort of light?
That's like from episode 3 of the podcast. Go ahead. Keep going.
Is that what it is? And somebody sits Like at an angle?
At an angle, yep.
We've tried that. Maybe we should try that at Prospect. Because upstairs in the ballroom, there's plenty of room to do it.
Yeah.
Because, see, the nice thing is about going back to Prospect, we've been there. So we've kind of scoped it out now.
Right.
Because when you went back to Moundsville with us, you had already been there.
You're right.
So was it different for you the second time?
Yeah, because I knew where I had been before, where it was active, and where I wanted to go back to again.
So you could almost
Psych
pinpoint
ward.
your investigation.
Psych ward.
Amen, sister. Mm-hmm. But see, that's what happened the first time I was there, when that door slammed behind us. It had a stick under it to hold it open. And we're all standing there. I could see everybody. And the damn thing fucking slammed closed. And the stick, the little, like, doorstop thing. God. The doorstop that was like 2 or 3 feet away on that landing. It had slid out from underneath it. It wasn't like it, it moved closed on top of the doorstop. You know, like sometimes doors will do that. No, it was like somebody kicked it out.
Did you see it move?
Everybody, no,
just
we just heard it. Yeah, we just heard it because we were in that first room. We were in that first room, and you could hear the door. Well, it didn't sound like it. Return of the man. It didn't sound like somebody clapping their hands, but the door slamming shut. It scared the shit out of all of us. And I expected to turn around and somebody had tried to close it, and it had closed too hard. And there's nobody. Everybody in our group was right there. There was no way anybody could have went there and closed it. So, I mean, the psych ward was legit. I was standing there hooking up that camera, and Rob, when we put the cameras up there, Rob's 2 rooms away, actually in where the fuse box, the circuit breaker box was, because that was the only place that had power on that floor. So I'm by myself. Everybody else is 2 or 3 floors away. And what are you doing?
Poodle just don't worry about what I'm doing.
Anyway, so anyhow, everybody else is like 2 or 3 floors away, and in that room, like the little office room across from me, I hear like furniture moving around.
No shit.
Yeah,
we got to go back.
Crazy! I can't wait to go back. It
was one of the coolest.
Yeah, we absolutely have to go back.
Yeah,
but I just want it's just the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just the team this time.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm ever going to sell tickets again. I don't think I'm ever going to do that.
It was tough.
Again.
but I think we should.
It was good, but it was tough.
I think we should take people with us once in a while, but only like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
not
instead
a whole
of like
damn group.
13.
Ooh,
yeah,
buddy.
That was
just to try to get everything arranged.
Yeah,
and keep people not in line, but like, hey, we can't do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, don't
go
do
over
this.
here. Please don't sing the national anthem while we're running an EVP session. Like whatever the case may be. Just
don't touch that.
Yeah.
Please don't touch that. Don't
Stop
touch
clicking your flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop clicking your flashlight.
Or don't wind up your flashlight.
Oh, there it is. There it is. You knew it was coming. You knew
Sorry.
it was coming. What else? You got anything else?
Anything else? News? No.
No. Okay. Got anything?
Not off the top of my head.
We might have really reached the end of this podcast.
Can we not say when the Rachel podcast is, but can we say what it's about so maybe we can get submissions?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
Because we had that thought today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we want to know more? We've asked Rachel lots of questions about...
Oh, if listeners have questions
Yeah.
for
Yes.
Yeah. So
Right.
it all got started 4th of July weekend. We were all sitting around in the backyard, socially distanced and safe. And
Not really.
Yeah, we were.
Nuh-uh. Allyson was sitting on my lap.
Don't put our secret out there.
And one of us asked Rachel a question about like when you
I don't even remember what the question was.
I don't either. Something along the lines like if when you are able to know something, how do you know it? And she started talking about what it's like to be a medium, to be able to have psychic abilities and all that kind of stuff. And she explained it from her side. You always hear about people talking about, oh, I can see this and this is what, this is what's going to happen to you, which is great. That's awesome. That's cool. However, nobody ever talks about what it's like for the medium. Like, how do they receive their messages? And you know, like, what form do they receive? You know, what do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you hear? You know, that kind of stuff. So we're going to take an episode and we're going to sit down after, you know, we've had a very small discussion with Rachel in the backyard. And we discovered it was absolutely amazeballs and interesting as hell. That we're going to do a podcast and we're going to sit down with her and we're going to pick her brain. Mm-hmm. And she's going to explain to us what it's like and what it...
Because it was fascinating.
It was fascinating.
Fascinating.
And if we hadn't had a little nugget walk out, the conversation probably wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have questions or anything you want to know, you know, what it's... How does she hear it? What does it sound like?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Make sure to clarify. It's not, you're not sending in questions or to be on with Rachel and have her read you.
Correct.
This is ask a medium questions. Like what it's like to have
how it works.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So like if you,
what are the mechanics of it?
Yeah. Like, so when you see something, how do you see it? Do you see a bunch of flashcards flashing in front of you in your mind? Do you see Polaroid picture, just, you know, one solid picture, that kind of stuff? You know, what do you see? What do you
just
hear?
Walking into a certain building or someone's home, what's that like for you?
Yeah, like what do you feel? And that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming up. If you want to get in touch and ask questions, feel free. archcityparanormal@gmail.com or go to archcityparanormal.com.
Facebook message.
And use any of our social networking links from there, and somebody will get your message. So if that's how you would like to get in touch, do so at your leisure. But that's coming up. Just make sure put the subject line of your email as Rachel or whatever. Or obviously, I don't think anybody else on the team is going to wonder if they're being asked, you know.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, Allyson, what's it like when the dead speak to you?
I don't know. They haven't said anything.
No fucking idea.
I've been waiting.
I think I got an EVP once. I don't know. So
Alice and I are much like Henry. Deaf and blind to the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
I'm telling you, in that attic in Chillicothe, there's something up with that attic by that window. I'm telling you.
Right across from the steps?
Yes. I'm telling you. When I walked in that spot, that's what I can end the show on that. When I walked into that spot, I felt like the need to pace, or somebody had been pacing there waiting on something.
Wasn't someone pushed? Remember during the Estes method?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There was the push.
Because he got caught cheating.
Dean was pushed out of a window.
Yeah.
In that house.
Maybe it was that
Dude,
one?
I wonder if that's it. That gave me goosebumps when you said that, because I didn't put that together until
I wonder
now.
if they'd let us come back.
They invited us back when we left.
They said they would.
Maybe make a phone call. Excuse me, can we come
because
back,
at
please?
the time I remember saying that, and Rachel was kind of like, I don't really feel anything. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, like there is.
We should clarify Dean is a name that we picked up during the Estes method.
I took notes. I actually have notes on my phone. We can talk about it after the show.
Cool.
So yeah, see, we're gonna go out and we're gonna keep on talking, and maybe we'll talk about it later. Maybe we won't. But we appreciate you checking out the show. We appreciate you subscribing. Tell your friends. Go check us out on social media. Go to archcityparanormal.com. From there, you'll find all our social media, Instagram, Facebook. We now have a TikTok that will officially be released tomorrow. It's the 12th? So yeah, the 13th, that's come out. So by the time you guys hear this, it's already been out. So if you're on our Facebook or any of those socials, you'll have already seen it. But if you haven't, go check us out on TikTok. I guess that's going to be updated regularly. I don't have anything to do with TikTok. The Chinese government scares me. Don't send me your conspiracy theory emails.
TikTok's amazing.
It's great.
Platform Beer Company, New Cleveland Pilsner was our podcast beer today. We'll have a picture of that on Instagram. Also, Yoga Om. The link is in the comments of this episode. The Bliss Linen Spray, I highly recommend. And T has the new Remedy tummy oil that she hasn't yet tried. But we'll give you an update later on. Other than that, ladies, anything?
I'm hungry.
Me too. Same. And it's great to be back. It's been a long time. It's been too long.
I'm so glad you guys are here, and I'm so glad we figured out this friggin' microphone thing.
Fuck this equipment.
It's ridiculous. It's so
Dear
ridiculous.
Santa Claus.
It sounds so nice, but the management of it is just it's a complete pain in the ass.
It's a ball buster.
So go out and spread smiles. Be nice to each other. Be safe. Be happy. be healthy, and above all else, make sure to stay weird, folks.